the mix. We're ready.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Leslie Carpenter. This is the Kingsburg Downtown Business Improvement District Advisory Board. This is a regular meeting this morning. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, and our start time is 8:04. Bear with me because I have a cold and I'm yucky. So, okay, so it's today, that was last week. First item is to call us to order today. I think our entire board is present today, with the exception of member Kyle, who submitted her resignation yesterday. We thank you for her time on our board and for all that she did for us. We wish her nothing but the best. And if she wants to come back, there's always a seat. With that being said, there is an email that went out yesterday, and there are applications being accepted for the next 30 days. Next 30 days. So if you know anybody, hear anybody, we're looking for another board member, it'd be great. So moving on, we need to approve our agenda to better accommodate members of the public and or inconvenience in the order of the presentation. Items on the agenda may not be presented or acted upon in the order listed. Additions to the agenda may be added only pursuant to California Government Code Section 54954.2B. So
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
do we have a second? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Moving on to public comment. Do we have public comment today? Good morning. State your name.
My name is Vanessa Reese.
Is the mic on there? Yep. Okay. Thank you.
My name is Vanessa Reese. Good morning. I'm here. I'm the owner of Empower Fitness, an all-women kickboxing gym that will be opening hopefully mid-May if all goes well. It's located downtown Kingsburg, 1440 Draper Street, Suite C. So I'm really excited to be here, excited to get to know all of you. Yeah, thank you.
We have an extra seat.
I'll think about that.
Welcome to Kingsburg.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Just afterwards, Vanessa, if you want to hit one of us up, we can kind of tell you some of your benefits of paying your district dues. There's social media interaction. We're going to have a spring stroll if you want to be involved in that. Just get your ball rolling with what we are here for you to do. Okay, thank you. Any other public comments? Nope. Alrighty, we're moving on to our regular calendar. Our first item on the regular calendar is to approve the minutes from the 3/3 meeting as presented by City Clerk Abigail Palsgard. That would be for March 3rd.
Motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Moving on to our second calendar item, spring stroll. Member Carrasco.
Okay, good morning. We're looking forward to the spring stroll. Our team has sent the word out. So in your emails, all bid businesses received an invitation to participate. And we're going to ask our city clerk how that went.
Something Enchanted has dropped off something for the baskets. I think I've had 5 or 6 businesses saying that they're going to participate and that they are going to contribute to the raffle. I just haven't gotten anything yet.
Okay, so we have so far 6 businesses possibly on the passport card. Okay. Make sure to send ours in too if we haven't. And then our passport deadline is April 13th. So that is next week, the deadline to be on the passport. So maybe we can send another push. And then Quinn posted a video on social media of last year's event, kind of teasing this year's event. So maybe we can ask him to also post a flyer.
Okay.
Anything you guys want to add to it?
Can we get flyers printed, what we sent out? I don't know how many. And then Teresa and I were talking about we could actually go to the businesses and talk to them in person. Yeah. Can you do that for us?
Yeah, I think at this point, it's just up to us to push, educate, just get the word out that this is happening and keep moving from there. Yep. Also too, I got, just to tag into this, I got an email from Jolene Poliak and we have some Yifty dollars in our account that's had sat there for a bit. If we wanted to transfer those into gift cards to add into that, there's over $500, I
Oh,
think.
that's
So
nice.
if we wanted to do a big, now they could use that any place downtown that accepts the dollars. So if you guys want, I can get with her and we can
Yes.
brainstorm on getting that for you. to
Yeah,
put
that's
in
a
there.
great
Maybe
idea.
that would be a big, if we did like a 250
Oh, yeah.
or a 3, that would might draw to the passport like the grand use anywhere. You guys, okay? All right, I will get with Jolene and we will figure that out for you guys, okay?
And we did get the trolley, correct?
Yes.
Trolley on board.
I know we talked about trolley signs. If those will be ready for this, any ideas of what we should use for trolley stop signs for this event? Any?
Actually, I drew out one and I have one. And how many do we need total? 4? 1, 2, 3.
So
Four.
it matters if you want one that has the bump outs on each side, if you don't, if it's grand enough and people could see it, like one would be fine on each corner. It's more than 4 though. 5 or 6.
6? Okay.
I could have it.
So I'll work on the metal part of it. It's a little dollar. It's a little house. Okay. And then I think it'll have a dollar in the middle of it. And then if you want to talk to Rod about the slide in for each event, so it's a square. I'll try to send you guys an email. It's a house and it has a square in there and then you just slide in whatever you want to use.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that okay for you guys?
That sounds great.
Okay, alrighty.
Maybe we can put our social media handle on there too.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the design as much as I would need the
The
size.
Yeah, okay. That'll be pegging Scott. I'll figure it out. Okay. All right, so bump outs, signs for the bump outs. We got the trolley. We're pushing it. We have our passports in production. Anything else you guys need from any of us?
I know we talked about some photo ops. Do we still have that large step and repeat kind of background? Okay.
Mhm.
Can we do you want to put that in your space?
Wherever you guys want.
Okay, that sounds good. And then we said if there were other photo ops, we would put one in the Village Mall and down in between the two of you.
Mhm.
Yeah, somewhere in that.
And then we just need our little raffle collection box
Yes, yes.
up with our
The
all's well that ends
yes,
well.
that that sounds cute.
Okay. I'll get the background out and the frame for it. I got
Great.
that.
Is there a flyer for the general public, or was the flyer that was sent for the merchants themselves, or the bid members?
And it was in the Kingsburg carrier on last Thursday.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, it's a general like invitation to attend.
Okay,
Um,
because we do have probably a pretty good size amount of people showing up the Friday and Saturday before this event. So if
That's
we
a
could
car
draw some people from the car show event to come back on Thursday. I don't see people driving back from Sacramento to come Thursday, but if the neighboring towns know about it, so those flyers would be good.
Well, if anyone's available, we could just kind of walk the streets and maybe could we do something smaller, like a postcard size or a half size, and then we could pass those out to people and whoever maybe has the booth. And then the flyers we could use for the businesses, which I mean, it can be the same flyer, but
Back, like the deadlines for the passport
Mhm.
and the gift,
yeah,
and then separate ones for the public also.
right, yeah, it's a twofold thing to get the businesses and then the public, but capitalizing on the car show people would be good. And we'll
What's the
hit up
largest you can,
chamber.
sorry,
What?
what's the largest you can print?
I'll check, make sure it's working. I think it is. We have a plotter like a map size.
Oh, wow. Of course you do. You're the
Don't
city.
tempt us.
If it works, like, I'm a proponent of even just putting those big ones in the windows of City Hall, like my window where people stop on Marion at the stop sign right there, and, like, the windows up front, you know, lines.
Mhm.
Put
Well,
it-
I have like a sandwich board that we could slip one into
Yeah.
for odd needs.
Yes.
Cool.
We'll work
Good
on
work,
that.
girls.
Yeah.
Thank
We'll
you.
work on that.
All right. Anything else on spring stroll? I think we're in good shape. Okay. Yes.
Hello, friends. Lauren Nickel, Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
We will have 2 tables at the car show for t-shirt sales.
Mm.
If you want to put the flyers for spring stroll on those, we would be happy to do that. If you
Awesome.
want
That sounds great.
advertising in the window at the chamber, like sandwich board, whatever, we're here. We want to support this. We're a bid member. We want to be a good partner to you. So
Are
let's
we
do
on the TV at all at the chamber?
yes, I've put you on the TV,
Awesome. Okay.
but if you want other things, you let me know.
Yay.
All right, we
Thank
will.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 3, visit Fresno County presentation sponsored. Oh, it's me, Chairman Carpenter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning again, Lauren Nickel, Chamber of Commerce. Really happy to have some friends from our extended family with us today. We've got Dylan Hopkins and Lisa Oliver in the back from Visit Fresno County. They are formerly the Fresno and Clovis Convention and Visitors Bureau, but that is a bit of a mouthful. So the DBA now is Visit Fresno County. Part of their responsibility is to help promote tourism in the county of Fresno. Dylan's got lots of slides about how they're funded, how that works. This is the second time that we have partnered up to grab some data about our major events here in downtown Kingsburg. The presentation this morning will focus on the Swedish Festival and on our Christmas events, Julgrens Fest and Santa Lucia. But there's lots of other opportunity for us to understand this data, figure out who's coming to visit us during these events, how long they're staying, and then where they're going afterwards. So with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Dylan.
Good morning, Dylan Hopkins, Director of Data Research, Visit Fresno County. I don't know if we have a. There you go. I think Lauren did a good job of an introduction, but we have a clicker. Okay. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So today I'm here to share some data around the event impact of, like Lauren said, the Swedish Festival and then the Christmas events. So a little bit of who is Visit Fresno County? We are a destination marketing organization. We are in charge of marketing and promoting everything that Fresno County has to offer for visitors, but also focused on residents. We are funded by the Fresno and Clovis hotels and short-term rentals. And it's through a T-bid 2% assessment applied to all short-term stays. And as you can see, 84% of our budget is set aside to go to marketing and promoting the area. So here to start is just a little breakdown of some of the marketing that we have done for the Kingsburg events. So social media posts on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok. We have our Visit Fresno County app, which features events from all over the place. But I know that Swedish Festival is popular on the app during kind of April and May, and we also feature them on our cultural events page on our website, and then various other blog posts. So this is just a snapshot of some of the marketing that we do specifically for Kingsburg events. So before I get into some of the data, just a little bit of background. This data is cell phone geolocation data that tracks foot traffic in and out of different POIs that are around businesses or districts, or basically we can look at anything that can be geofenced. And so this data we found this pretty accurate and pretty close to real attendance numbers that we've seen at events. So with that little background, I'll kind of get started. in 2025, you can see the overall attendance was slightly down from the previous year, but the total unique visitors was up, which is promising because I know the event is multiple days. So what we saw was that although the total number of people over the 3 days was a little bit lower, the number of different people that came was higher than the previous year, which is pretty promising just because that maybe there wasn't as much repeat visitation over the 3 days, but we did get more new people coming to Swedish Festival. And then another one of the metrics that I really like is the average dwell time. It's showing how long on average people are staying within the downtown district within the event. And I think just one of the areas right here, I just see the average, but I looked at like the breakdown of how long people were staying, and the biggest increase was in that 2.5 hour and greater range, which is really good for downtown businesses as people that spend more time here have more opportunity to spend money.
But how do you describe unique people? That's.
So
Be like,
We have
say,
a lot of unique
yeah.
people in Kingsburg.
like say you came.
I wanted to know your
Like you came
definition of
Thursday, you came
unique
Friday.
people.
So my definition is that the total visits number is if I came to Swedish Festival on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I would get counted 3 times in that total number, but only once in that that unique
Okay.
visitor number. So I don't know if unique is the best word to use it, but yeah.
Understand it now.
Sounds like a good fit, actually.
These charts show a little bit breakdown of the visitation by day and then the visitation by hour of the day. And as you can see, that definitely Saturday is definitely the most visited day of the event, and with Friday coming second. One of the things that I noticed was that this is probably a majority of coming from Saturday visitors, but the morning time is the most popular time for people to show up at the event. But also there was a little spike around 6 or 7 p.m. So I think just being able to look at the data like this is it helps for event planning, or if maybe in terms of like an event that needs security, maybe you need to up your security in the morning, but then you kind of have a quieter period throughout the afternoon. But yeah, so this next slide, it shows the visitor journey. So basically this is tracking the movement, the foot traffic of where people went before and after attending the event. But it also blends in some of the, while they were in the downtown district, where did they visit? And so I think what I noticed was that visiting local shops, stores, restaurants was definitely the top 3 kind of activities that people did before and after Swedish Fest. These next couple slides show a breakdown of by industry, sort of the businesses that were visited the most by event attendees. And so this one, dining, we see a lot of the local restaurants, which is it's exciting. That's promising that hosting these events is bringing increased business to these places. And if we wanted to get into the details, we could go into each one of these and look at the business itself and see kind of the increase of visitation during the downtown events. And but yeah, so on the next couple slides, we have a few more different industries. So this one, it shows sort of the grocery stores, shops, services. I guess a little disclaimer would be if the business is closed during the event, then they probably didn't show up with any foot traffic, but most of the ones that showed up in here are open during the event, so they benefit from the extra visitation. And then I know you see some gas stations, Dollar Trees, chain places like that, but also we see some of the more locally owned businesses. And this data covers all businesses, so if they're in the system, then they'll show up on the report. So yeah. And then this one focuses on non-retail. So we see a lot of like the beauty and spa category, fitness category, and even a lot of
Question.
Yes.
I would say that page right there is not correct.
Well, I think what it is these are parking lots.
They're yeah.
Yeah, so like,
Like
for
RJ
example,
Vargas is not open on that day.
right, but like
Yeah.
there's a couple of
But there's a
places
full
on
show
there.
right next door to it.
Or like, for example, the ballet studio is not open, but
Yeah.
that's where a significant amount of parking is taking place. So
Yeah.
that pinging at the location.
some of these places, they'll cover the parking lot and then like the outside sidewalks, but that's a really good point. Like when looking at the data is, you know, kind of have the knowledge of that of, okay, maybe if we're really analyzing these locations, if they're not open, then we'll take that into fact, like when we're looking at the data. But yeah, no, I think that's a really good point of you guys have the knowledge of which businesses are open during these events, and then, but yeah, thank you for.
No. I mean, I'm not criticizing in any way, but I'm just like, if you have questions, like there's a Bold Bistro place right next door to RJ
Yeah.
Vargas. That's probably where they were in there getting acai and stuff like that, which it doesn't really matter.
Some of it
but-
might have been on Thursday.
Yeah.
This covers Thursday
Yeah.
and Friday.
Yeah, so there's some other things, but we know where to start with this information.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's good.
And like a business like the one you're mentioning that's next to one of these places, it might not be in the system just because they're constantly like updating it, but that could be something that I reach out to the data company and to get into the system.
And like MV Nails, it's right next to Subway, so Subway's probably getting hit.
Yeah.
You know, right there.
Yeah,
So-
no, those are good points.
Yep.
Okay, so this might be one of my favorite parts of the data is looking where people are coming from. And with a lot of the tourism related events, we're looking more at people that are coming from out of the area, which in our definition is 50 miles or further. So I know that it can be adjusted a little bit just based off of I don't know, like if you guys are concerned with more of a smaller radius of where people are coming from. But I think just showing this, you see a lot of it is local traffic within that 30-mile range. But also comparing 25 to 24, we did see an increase in those coming from out of the area, which is, like I said, 50 miles or further. This data goes a little more in detail. A lot of the people that we work with and kind of event planners, they like to see the zip code breakdown. So I really like to get into those details just because maybe you are sending out targeted marketing or just, okay, who can we expect to show up at these events? And looking at the zip code makes that's pretty as granular as we'll get. And also I filtered out of state and out of area visitors, and all those states listed up there showed up as at least having a couple visitors that showed up at Swedish Festival. So impact on local hotels. The Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott here in Kingsburg showed up as having an estimated about 52 room nights generated from the Swedish Festival, and that was over the 3 days. We also saw some visitation to Selma and Fresno properties, but I think for us in tourism, overnight stays is one of the more important metrics, and especially when we're measuring impact of the events. And so I think this is one of those that maybe with increased marketing, we can pretty much like try to attract more people to come stay overnight and visit the event for multiple days, and that just amplifies the economic impact. So this one of the parts of the reporting that's available is showing which routes people are able to take to get to the event, to and from the event. And I noticed that, so the lines that are in red are the more heavily trafficked streets. And one of the things that I saw was that people coming in off of the streets out of the north, like Simpson Street and 18th Avenue, it looks like, I don't know if this is an issue, but it looks like there was more traffic on those streets. So if it's maybe traffic or parking is an issue, then recommending people come in from those streets on the south is just something that we can use the data to try to maybe answer like a simple like problem like that. Economic impact. So before I get started on this, the calculator we use is factors in out of area visitation, like I mentioned before. So some of those numbers can be tweaked a little bit to get a more accurate calculation for like your guys' definition. But so what I calculated was about 171,000 brought in just from visitor spending from those out of area people, and that's just over those 3 days. And then looking at the industry breakdown, it's food and beverage is definitely the highest, and lodging, and then retail. That recreation one encompasses any type of entertainment, or basically anything that people would spend money on that's not classified under retail or food. So now, I don't know if there's any questions about the Swedish Festival data before we move on to the next one. So Julgransfest, definitely a little bit less of a total attendance, but it was nice to see the trend of the attendance constantly increasing over the last couple of years. And one of the other things that I saw in here was a bigger percentage of the attendees were from out of the area, which is good if you're looking at impact and spending. And then just that average dwell time of people spending over an hour in downtown Kingsburg during the events, and that encompasses any person that passes through that POI and stays. I think it's the minimum is 10 minutes, and so that's, to me, it's really an important number to keep track of. Visitor journey again. So this is where people are going to and from the event. I think one of the big things that I saw was definitely dining was on there as being one of the most popular things again. And then those shops and services, and then hotels showed up on this one just with a smaller sample size. I think with a similar number of out of area visitors, the hotels were able to show up. This is another breakdown. So this is just for Julgransfest. So this one, there weren't as many results, so I just kept it to one table, and this shows just businesses from all different industries that benefited from the visitation. And I think just seeing some of the local restaurants on there, some of the Fairfield Inn and Suites showed up on there as well. So I think just being able to see which businesses and businesses that you guys work with, which ones benefit the most from these events is important. And like I said, we can pretty much get into more detail of any of them and see the impact. So for Julgransfest, where do visitors come from? I noticed there was a lot more, again, we have the zip codes on the left-hand side, but there was a lot more visitation from the California drive markets. In our marketing, that we call them the drive markets, like LA, San Francisco, Sacramento, and then even like the Santa Barbara, Santa Maria, San Luis Obispo area as well. And then out of state, there wasn't as many out of state, but did see some show up from Nevada, Washington, Arizona, and Oregon. And I think just showing that even though this event is smaller in total attendance, you still get that out of area visitation. So on to Santa Lucia celebration. So this one, the attendance was actually higher than Julgransfest. And then I know the attendance dropped from 24 to 25, according to this data, but the average dwell time was actually the highest out of all of the events, which is that's pretty significant to me, just because people were staying almost 30 minutes longer than like Julgransfest, which is again more opportunity to spend money. I think one of the other things is we did see like a higher percentage of attendees going to those local businesses as in previous years, even though there was less overall attendance. So that visitor journey, again, we see dining, and then shops and services, and then grocery stores showed up on there as well. So for this one, there was actually more businesses showed up, so I was able to break it out by industry again, and then just seeing the different dining places. I keep seeing the pizza place on these reports, so I want to come down here. I'm a big pizza guy, so
You definitely need to try it. Yeah.
yeah. And then but yeah, then so looking at this stuff is amazing for me, because I get to look at the data and help you guys out and help businesses out, but also I get to find some good spots that I can try. And then looking at retail, again, it would be really interesting to go through some of these and see if they were actually open during the event, or people were just crossing into the POI and showing up on the report. But also a good mix of some of the smaller chains, but also the local businesses. And then I think the next one, so this one breaks down by non-retail again, and I know some of the same businesses showed up, but also seeing like we saw some of like the wine rooms and winery stuff, which is very promising. And I know some of those businesses are part of the bid. So I think just seeing that seeing that people are going to a mix.
Seeing a trend is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Trend in visitors,
Which
like pizza and wine, okay?
It sounds good to me, so. So for Santa Lucia Fest, there was definitely less a sample size to choose from for out of area visitation, but also seeing those drive markets, the local zip codes, and then the out of state markets. We had a few visitors show up from Salt Lake City, Nashville, Cheyenne. I think just knowing that it's concentrated on local, but there's opportunity to attract people to come stay overnight. So that's all I have. I don't know if there's any questions. Again, I'm Dylan Hopkins, Director of Data and Research at Visit Fresno County. We have a Visit Fresno County app that features events from all over the place, and that'll also take you to our website as well. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yep.
What's, from your perspective, what's the best way to get the word out to people of our events?
I would say for events, honestly, targeting on Facebook, through Facebook and Instagram, like paid ads, you can specifically pick like the zip codes you want to target or the cities and send them that way. And they're pretty good at getting results back. And you can directly like have your website linked in there or wherever you want to send the person. So I would say that's a cost-effective way of doing it.
Okay, you can see I'm old, so internet, what other way? Recommend
For old people.
yes.
I mean, we do like
Pigeons.
I guess that we do a variety of like print ads and stuff, and I mean those are still popular too. So doing those and maybe passing them out at local events, whether maybe not just in Kingsburg, but if like you took the list of zip codes and okay, maybe we want to hit Visalia or even like Fresno and Clovis and getting the word out like through physical like print. Yeah. Awesome.
I have a
Well,
question.
yes.
How do you determine the out-of-state attendees?
So it's tracking them by zip code, and then I would just take the whole data set, which is
Is that like the zip code, their cell phone is like, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's
so
cell
it's-
phone data, right?
it's where their cell phone, like their like I'm not originally from Fresno, so my area code is not 559,
Mhm.
but my cell phone knows that I'm a
It's like
Fresno resident.
registered to that city that you live in currently or something like?
Yeah, and
I'm
then
just
like
curious how that works.
certain apps track like your where you visit most often, so they develop okay, you're a resident of this place,
Okay.
but maybe if I work in a different town, it's going to know based off of like patterns. So
Mhm.
basically, it's what the data tracking is determining where your most like repeated location is at.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a quick question. Do you, just off the top of your head, it wasn't in your report, but what our top events are? How do they rank? As far as like car show versus Swedish festival, do you know?
We didn't look at the car show. I can go look at it, but
Mhm.
the Swedish festival is definitely the most visited and the highest number of people. And then I think the Santa Lucia actually came in above Yulgren's Fest in
Mhm.
terms of visitation. And
And it's interesting, I went reading that they spend actually more time at Julgran's Fest than they do Swedish festival.
yeah, that was because I mean,
Or
with the bigger
97
sample-
minutes versus 85 or
Yeah.
something like that. They, you know, and it's a much smaller, easier impacted for
Yeah.
us to put on.
Because everybody's waiting for Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things too is like with the bigger sample size, you get some of the people that are just passing through the event, but
Mhm.
that's why we have the minimum as the 10 minutes just to weed out people that are just driving through and
Mhm.
stopping. But yeah, I like to look at those like nerdy numbers
Mhm.
more and just instead of just like the overall attendance, but seeing what people are actually doing over here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I just look at it from our perspective, you know, these are all events put on by chamber, but if there's one that has like, you know, the highest data, we jump in and we really help push that too.
The highest dwell time is Santa Lucia. And I think that makes sense because they're watching the parade.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
more people come to the Christmas parade probably because there's not other things.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions for this young man? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, we used to think of Yule Grounds as being more of a just local family event and not something to try to, market the whole San Joaquin Valley for. It used to just be kind of like, it's our kickoff. Now, I thought so, and listening to this report, it shows that we are drawing people from other places because it is a nice event and something different, and you don't have to eat leftover turkey,
And I think people last year, we got a lot of feedback that it felt like a safer event to attend than various other tree lightings.
Mhm.
And that we kept hearing that word, that it felt like a safe event, a safe place to come,
Mhm.
bring your family for a tree lighting.
Yeah.
And honestly, the data looks like what we saw in the wine room, meaning it felt busier. It's so funny that the numbers were down year over year because it actually felt much busier in the wine room. So at that sort of time that they're staying definitely is that they're frequenting the businesses.
I drank more.
I probably did too, just saying. So. After.
You can always count on you two. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Anything else on this? I think
Great.
it's interesting.
Great.
Thank
yeah.
you.
So are you available for us? I have one more question for you, kiddo. Sir. One more question for you. So if we wanted to access this information from you at any point, is your contact information in here, or did you give it to get Abigail? Or
I have a card I can
okay,
somewhere.
if we wanted to have a further discussion with you on how to use these numbers. Awesome. Thank you so much.
I think it just like I can run reports and it won't be instant, but we can work on
No.
different projects. I think
Mm.
basically all like if any background information you guys can give, the better.
Mhm.
The more I'd rather have everything and then be able to work off of that. So like for an event, like if you're looking specifically for an event and there's businesses that are closed, you can let me know on those and I can remove them from the report so we can add some more data into there. So I think just any background information and we have a few different data sources, so I just try to I'll pull a little bit of everything together. So
Okay.
yeah,
We have a spring stroll on April 23rd.
the one that was talked about earlier
Yeah.
in this meeting.
It'd be interesting to see numbers from that. I mean, I know we're growing. We're baby steps into that, but yeah, be interesting to know where our ladies are coming from, if they're all local or if we're drawing from anybody from other towns too. So, all right.
Yeah, we can.
Sorry to bring you up again.
No, you're good. I'm getting
Thank
my
you.
exercise in.
All right, any future agenda items that we need to tell Miss Abigail about right now?
I did have just a quick update on the board reports.
Okay.
After our last meeting, Daniel and I walked the spaces that were considered for the telephone booth and took photos of each, submitted it to Abigail for the grant. So just an update on that. And that space on the west side of Draper is definitely a good spot. I know we already approved it, but
Yeah.
it's telling you it looks great.
And we went to city council and that's where it's going to be.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so.
There was an issue kind of with the, an update is needed on the concrete below the deck.
Mhm.
And they said they would work on that. It was from the roots of the tree that was removed. And that was
Do
it.
we have any update on the building of it, Miss Cindy?
No.
No.
Good morning, Cindy Regier. I did talk to Denver last week and him and Greg are consulting on size and making sure all the pieces fit together. Because Denver's doing the metal pieces of it and Greg's doing the wood pieces and the copper. So it's teamwork. So they are talking and we are working that direction. That's
Okay.
about it.
And Rod's doing
Rod's doing all of the artwork.
and the copper pieces have been ordered.
Yeah, as far as I know, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and it hit the news.
It did hit the news. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you not seen it? Send it around, guys. It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
so. Yeah, all
Is that
right.
it?
Thank you, dear.
thanks.
Any other board member reports? Yes.
Yeah, a couple things. The city council has given the Economic Development Committee a new task as taking over the architectural review for Kingsburg. Economic Development has met specifically on that subject and all that, and that's just to keep our Swedish image and experience to the best. We're looking at two different segments. We're looking at what we call the downtown is, I don't know if you call it not phase one, but stage one staging of it, and the architectural, we're thinking the architectural will be remain the same as it is now type of thing, the requirements and the examples. And then we'll have phase two, which will be some of the arteries coming into town and some of the highway visibility and all that. And we're actually looking at maybe bringing in a more wider variety of Swedish architecture, including contemporary and some of the things. And, you know, my thing is, as long as it can be explained, to me, it would be very interesting to see a contemporary Swedish building someplace in town. But I would want to be able to read about it and know, you know, why it's this way and all that. So we're looking at that. We're actually contacting a Swedish a local architect that specializes in Swedish buildings to do some examples, because when people come in and we don't feel like, and Jolene and Abigail may be able to report on this better, we don't feel like people are necessarily saying, no, we don't want to build Swedish. They need to see what it is and what it's going to entail. And of course, they want to know the cost of it, you know, what's it going to cost, but they're open to the idea. They know they're going to be building in Kingsburg, and Kingsburg has got this Swedish culture and image they want to maintain type of thing. That's number one. Number two, excuse me. I hope I'm not getting what Leslie has.
And I'm sitting right
If you
between
don't
them.
follow, if you don't follow Campbell, Campbell is a town in Northern California in the Bay Area, basically San Jose area type of thing. If you don't follow them, please do. They have a very active downtown association and put out a great newsletter. A lot of fun things going on there. I've been to several of their events. I just take the day off and go up there and go to their events because they've got it down very, very good. They also have a much, much larger population to draw from for their events, and their weather seems to be a little bit nicer than ours sometimes out of the year. So, and then the last thing is, one of our members ran into Tim at Casaro's out on the sidewalk yesterday. And I know all of you know he's gone through a whole lot. He's back at work. He's looks good, feels good after his second surgery. And no, what do they call it? Rejection of any type of the transplant so far. So he's looking really good. And I told him how nice it was to be able to see him back in town. That's it.
Thank you.
Not to extend our meeting, but I have one thing, and that it's such great news that you brought up. So that's a good way to start the day. We had an evening where 3 of us had music in one night in town, and Quinn was nice enough to do a couple of different reels on it. But I do want to say that I think the more we do collaborate as businesses downtown, the more business we do bring to all of the merchants down here. So I hope that we can continue that in terms of a trend, because I mean, we just saw a completely different flow downtown. We probably would have been busy with our music. We had a great musician, and the other two would have too if we would have done it on separate nights, but it was a very interesting and different flow, and people were having a really nice time. So again, I hope we can continue that.
Thank you. Anything else? We're good. Okay, next meeting will be May No, 5th. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
I won't be here on that. I'll be out of town on that meeting, so.
Okay, all right.